What's up? What's up? It's your boy Nora Too Hard of Wham Promotions. All right, y'all. So today, first and foremost, make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure y'all like. Make sure y'all share. Sharing is caring. Share this with a friend. We're gonna dive into how do you set up your first YouTube ads campaign. All right. A lot of people may already know how to do it, but I promise you, it may be some settings that you are just unfamiliar with. And if you have no clue about how to set up a campaign, this video is definitely perfect for you. All right, so without further ado, to even create a YouTube advertising campaign, you need what you see right here, which is a Google Ads account. All right, you got to have your Google Ads account. All right, so once you create your Google Ads account, you get into it. This is what you will be looking at. This is kind of like the overview page. All right, as you see, I am clicked on overview. At the top's highlighted in blue. That's how I am able to see what I'm seeing. So once you are here, the next step is you want to click on this blue button right here, click on new campaign. Or if you're at the campaign level, you can come down here and just click on this blue button. All right, so first things first, campaign objective. All right, so campaign objective, I always like to create a campaign without a guidance. That way you have full control of what you're doing. Next thing is we click on video. You see we have all of these options, just click on video. And then here we are. This is the important stage. So whenever you're creating a campaign, all right, so this is more so not super beginner level, but I would say basic slash medium. All right. There's so much more in depth when it comes to creating campaigns that can really take a video to the moon. Whether it's a music video, whether it's a podcast, there's a lot to go into it. Notice when I said campaigns, that means multiple. All right. When we create campaigns for clients, we create multiple campaigns. It's never just one. All right. But for this case, we're going to show you how to create a campaign so you can really get going, but also understanding the different types of settings. All right. So video views is the one that we're going to go with. Now, there are other campaign subtypes that we choose for certain situations. So video views is the main one. The reason why is you have more control here. So video views is going to do exactly what it says. It's going to get you views, right? It can get you 10,000, 100,000, million views easily. But you want to make sure that you have your targeting set up properly. All right. So other campaigns that we do, you got non-skippable campaigns. So that's when you see an ad and you ever see an ad that you're watching, you can't skip it. This is a non-skippable one. So we do this in certain cases. So whenever we're creating multiple campaigns for clients, depending on the ad spend budget, we'll include this. This is an expensive campaign to run. So you have to have a certain type of ad budget for us to fit this in. The next one that we pay attention to that we really do is YouTube subscriptions and engagement. So this campaign is definitely good for driving engagement, likes, subscribers, and views. The only thing in engagement, the only thing with this is you don't have a lot of control over the targeting as you would on video views, but it still works great. So remember when we said campaigns, right, with an S, this is one of the campaigns you definitely want to add to your mix. But for this situation, we're going to focus on video views, which that's kind of like the foundation of the campaign. To run this campaign, you got to have at least an additional $5 a day on top of the video view campaign that you're running. So video view campaign, I mentioned that you have the non-skippable campaign. Well, in this campaign, you have skippable. We've all seen a skippable ad. We can't wait to click the skip button on the ad, right? We've been there before. So you have the option of running your content as a skippable ad. In feed as the option. So in feed is whenever you're on on the YouTube home screen, and you see videos that are just on the feed, but in the mix of that you see ads, videos that are ad options. You can show up in that section as well while you're watching a YouTube video. You know how you can scroll down and look at other options to watch next, and then sometimes you see ads in those areas. You can put your video as an ad there. Short ads, so while you're watching YouTube shorts, every now and then you see an ad pop up. YouTube short ad. So you have the option to show up as all of these in the video view campaign, so that's good. So also you can play around with it the way you create one campaign skippable, one in feed, one short, etc. So first thing, of course, you want to title it. We'll just title this test. All right, so the next thing is you have your bid strategy. So for videos, we don't really, the bid strategy is cost per view, right? Unless we was running a video ad trying to send traffic to a website to where, we're trying to generate leads and generate sales. That's a different game. This is more so just, you know, generating traffic to a YouTube video for brand awareness to get people to watch it. All right, so total budget. So campaign budget, you can do a total budget, you can do a daily budget. To control your costs, I definitely recommend doing a total budget. We'll just do $1 for right now. All right, and then also always, make sure you got an end date. We'll just set a week. So whenever you set your budget, it gives you some data as far as like what you're expecting to spend on a daily based on your budget. So for $1, we're spending about 13 cents per day for the 6 days. So this is an important topic, guys. So when it comes to budget plays a key role as far as how many people you can expect to reach. So what if I change this to $100? So now I'm spending $12.50 a day. When it comes to this plays a huge role as far as the type of people that you're going to be able to reach, right? The type of content you're going to be able to get your ad placed in front of. So, for example, we have a artist like Drake, which is like top of the food chain. So, to get your ad to play as a skippable ad or even a short ad on some of his content, you're going to be paying a higher cost per view versus if you was trying to get your content placed on an artist that doesn't have any traction. Because you can place your video as a skippable ad in front of anything on YouTube channel on YouTube. There's no limitations. If it's on YouTube, you have a shot at getting your content placed in front of. What it's going to take to make that happen, that's a different game. So for Drake, you're also competing with other advertisers. Everyone knows that he has some of the biggest numbers on YouTube. So you're easily going to get viewers in front of that if you place your content in front of his content. But the thing about it is you got competition that's willing to pay that premium. So you got to be ready to compete price wise. And we'll get to that a little later in the video. So we'll just do $1 for now. All right, networks. This is important. So we always uncheck this. A lot of people leave this checked and they don't even know what it means. So if you ever seen a website on YouTube, I'm sorry, you ever seen a website on Google, like you're just looking at, whether you're trying to buy something or you're just, looking for information. If you see a website on Google, and a lot of times they have like ads on the website, like whether it's at the bottom left, top right, in the middle, just a whole bunch of ads. That is because they have an AdSense account. So if you have a website, you can apply to get an AdSense account. And basically, you're giving Google the ability to place ads on your website. And when people view your ad or click on the ad, you get paid. But you're getting paid a percentage out of the advertising dollars. That's why it's called AdSense. Well, if you opt in this box right here, like this Google Partner box, video partners on the Google Display Network, you're basically telling Google, hey, place my video as an ad on your partner websites. If you have an AdSense account, you're a Google partner. So this isn't a bad thing because it does work. You will get brand awareness, you will get views. But if you want to get the top of the food chain views, the top of the food chain brand awareness, you don't want this. Because think about how many times you've been on a website and you're looking for something and you see an ad, you probably won't even pay attention to the ad. Because this is not what you came here for. You came here to, get information about this product, so that's a lower quality client. So uncheck that. Next, locations. Locations is important. So most of the time, with the campaign that is our foundational campaign, we always have one campaign that is set up for video views, and we're just worldwide. That's our base. Why? Because we're doing a multiple of things. We're getting views at the lowest cost, and the campaign is like you're reaching the world to a degree. Depending on how your bid strategy is set up, you're reaching the world. So if then also if you don't know your audience, then you can set it up as worldwide. If you do have an understanding of your audience, then you can come over here and select the locations that you want to target. For the most part, we just have it worldwide. Honestly, I recommend having a campaign that's worldwide. And it's some things, some countries that we do exclude most of the time. Um, India, Bangladesh, and that's another country. But India and Bangladesh is two of the three that we basically exclude from the worldwide targeting, because these countries have a ad program to where if people watch ads in that country, they get paid. Pennies on the dollar, but they get paid. So they're basically getting paid to watch ads, not because they want to. Depending on if you're opting for this, yes. Even if you're not opting for this, we just don't play around with those locations. So that's something to keep in mind. So moving forward, languages, we keep languages. We keep that up. Related videos, this is important. So depending on the video that you're trying to push, all right. Depending on the video that you're trying to push, this will determine what related videos you want to place here. So in the related video section, this helps you pop up as recommended after a video. So if I'm pushing a video that is, let's say my guy one side, let's say we're pushing his video. He has a similar audience as, let's say, Trippy Red. All right, so Trippy, boom. So let's say Trippy. Let's see. Spelled his name wrong. There we go, Trippy Red. We'll do this one. You can go up to 5 videos. So basically, I'm helping Google understand the algorithm of this song. So just like if you listen to a Spotify song, and then after you listen to a song, it recommends you like another song similar. So it's kind of the same. So you're helping YouTube recommend the right songs to people. So if they listen to this Trippy Red song, then they may recommend this song. So definitely that's how that works. So moving along, additional settings. So devices, this is important. I always tell people YouTube will spend your money if you let them. So what that means is if you just leave these all on, as is, then YouTube will pretty much, they'll basically spend the money if you let them. So what we like to do is we uncheck TV screens. TV screens isn't bad. The only things that we don't like about TV screens is you can't subscribe from a TV yet. You can't like a video. You can't comment from a TV. You can only watch it. But what if you like the ad, but you trying to hurry and scramble and you trying to, look it up? Like, it doesn't really give you much information on it. Like, the only way you'll be able to like really tap in on that video on the TV, depending on the type of TV you got, is if you Shazam the sound. So that plays a huge role. So I get rid of those TVs and I leave everything else. Sometimes we even create campaigns where we got, this separate, this separate. But for now, we'll just leave that as is. Frequency cap. Frequency cap is important as well. So frequency cap, um, you know, basically in this one, you can control how many times a person is going to see it per week, per month, per day. So what we do is we just set a cap of 3. So cap 3 per day. We don't want no one to get shown the ad more than 3 times in a day. And then also, we don't want a person to get shown the ad no more than 3 times in a week, right? But actually, we'll put 9. We'll put 9 times. All right, and then we'll put 15 times in a month. So just limiting it because you want enough impressions to roll around to other people. Just because they're saying it a lot don't mean they're really tapped in with it. You know what I'm saying? So you want to spend your budget smartly. Ad schedule. Ad schedule is another thing. So you want to really do this based off of once you really start getting some numbers in, once you start realizing the time frames that you're getting the most views, the most traction on your channel, that's the time frames you want to make sure you run ads. Now, if you're selling products and you have a physical store, this is a different game. You want to operate differently, operate off office hours and sales team hours and things like that. So yeah, that's pretty much how you'll do that, guys. So moving along, now we're inside of the ad group. So in the ad group, we got the audience settings. So the audience settings, this is where you basically control your targeting. So far, if you notice, we put trippy red content inside of the related videos. So, that is kind of the audience that we're trying to reach. So demographics will keep this the same as far as gender. I like to unclick the unknown. When it comes to age range, it really depends as far as what you know of your audience. There's ways to really dial in on your audience if you don't know your audience, but that's another video for another day. Uncheck the unknown on the age range. If it's hip hop, I like to kind of drop it like the artist. If it's Trippy Red, we know that age range is pretty low. You know what I'm saying? I would say that's definitely the age range for a Trippy Red fan. Parents will leave that income, household income. You definitely can target off that, but we'll leave that as is. All right, so next, interest in detailed demographics. So this is more so, interests, So what are we pushing? We're pushing hip hop, right? So that's gonna be the biggest thing, hip hop. Hip hop music, hip hop mixes, we'll say hip hop, rap and hip hop music. All right. What else? We're pushing a rap video. It's a music video, right? So we'll put rap music videos. All right. What else? So the more we know about our audience, the deeper we can go. So our audience, they like to party, right? All right. Birthday parties, party planning, party entertainment ideas. Let's see, party. All right, let's change up the wording. So let's say nightclubs. Let's say events, concerts. All right, music, concert, and music festival tickets. So people. So basically, we're saying that we're this music is the audience, right? The audience is people that like hip hop music, they like rap videos, and they also like concert and music festivals. So what else? You know what I'm saying? What else do we know about our audience? They play video games, right? If you like Trippy Red, you probably like streaming, you probably like video games. You know what I'm saying? So let's see, type in video games. Boom. So you can go in depth, deeper than this, but we'll just stick with those for an example. All right. So the next thing is, let's see. Let's see. Drop that. All right. So that is it for this section. We got additional segments. You can tap into the search terms and things of that nature, but we'll skip that for this video. Audience expansion. You can enable this. I probably would just leave it for now because we're going to be able to reach a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? So um, even with the audience that we're setting up, so if we had a very narrow audience, then I would add it in, but there's really no reason. As you see right here, we have the ability to generate 10,000 impressions based off what we have so far. All right, so keywords. So keywords is another thing that you can play around with. So quick context. So we never, inside of one campaign, we do not fill out every section. All right. You can really smother your campaign that way. So, you definitely want to kind of spread your stuff out. But we never, load it up like that. Um, what we'll do is we'll create one campaign for one audience and then another campaign for another audience. But just in this case, I'm gonna show you, best use cases. So we already did the audience one. So now we're gonna do one in the content section. So uh, placements. This is the most popular one. So this is how you are able to get your videos playing in front of other videos. That's a skippable ad. So Trippy Red obviously is one of the ones. So we're gonna click on Trippy Red. So all these videos that I'm clicking on, these are videos that I'm telling YouTube, hey, when videos play, I want my ad to play in front of these videos. So just click as many as you want. You really want to load up at least like 100. And be honest with you, at least 100 videos. Then I go to the channel as well, add the channel. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's you want to load that up, y'all. At least 100, but we'll just load that up for now. All right, so now this is where you create your actual ad. So my guy one side, we're using his video as an example. Let's see if he pops up. Might have to go get it. 1 second. All right, so there we go. So we got his video. Boom, we already at like 2 something million. All right, so boom, the final URL. So you have the option to, of course, put the video here as well. If you want to kind of get, kind of tricky with it, let's say you want to send them to like the channel instead of actual video, you can put the URL of the channel. Or, it's different ways you can kind of play around here if you're trying to send traffic to, a variety of things. But for this case, we're just going to put the video link. All right, so call to action. Call to action, you definitely want to click that. And basically, you telling people what you want them to do. This will definitely help increase you see how that little blue thing popped up? Without it, it's nothing there. So it's like you're giving people the option to, really, really tap in. All right, headlines. So this is stuff is important, y'all. The headlines is really important. So you really want to put something catchy here. No limit. We going up. In this case, we just putting some stuff. But the headlines are important, especially when it comes to um, in feed ads, because in feed ads is, if they click on an in feed ad, they clicked on it because they seen something in the thumbnail and then also the wording that caught their attention. So whatever you can say to catch their attention is important. But yeah, so that's what we got. We got that rolling. All right. Let's see. It auto generates the thumbnail unless you upload one. Now, bidding strategy. So this is how you're able to compete against your competitors. All right. So when it comes to the bidding strategy, um, basically it's giving you a recommendation. So you're targeting worldwide. You got a couple settings or whatnot. Um, it's telling you you're safe to, bid about point zero three. I'm sorry, point zero two, and you'll still be able to generate a good amount of views. Right? Now, I'm gonna show you something that's important. So this is on worldwide. So now I'm gonna come up here and I'm gonna change this to the United States. I'm gonna show you how this changes. All right. Oh, it didn't change. Normally it changes. Let's see. Boom. If I type in, I wanted to change for y'all so y'all can kind of see how this really plays a role. Yeah, it's not adjusting properly. But most of the time, y'all, this changes based off of a lot of things. Targeting, locations, it plays a huge role. So if I was only trying to target Atlanta, Georgia, I promise you the bidding would change from point two to probably point zero, from two to point zero nine. Like it's a real thing. But we'll go back to worldwide. All right, so what point? All right, so we got the bidding set up. And after you do that, y'all, you just create your campaign. Oh, test two, see test three. And here we are. Congratulations, your campaign is ready. And y'all, that's pretty much how you set up your first campaign. Um, but like I said, it's definitely deeper, but this is definitely a great campaign to get you started, to get you rolling. All right. If you're looking to really take your campaigns to the next level, y'all, tap in, click the link in the description. You can get our free ebook. And then also, you can tap in for services if you need it. But all right, y'all, don't forget to subscribe. Wham!